Okay, so I did a previous video before about how I try and maintain my body shape and fitness levels whilst traveling. I have still a few people kind of messaging asking me how I did that. I think one thing that might be really important to consider is what are your priorities. So for me, being the vain person I am, one of my big priorities is aesthetics. I really do take a lot of pride and care about how I look. And also, I really enjoy the feeling of exercise itself and being involved within that day to day. So for me, that's kind of a very much top priority is my health, and within that scope, how I look, which they aren't always aligned, but I think to a big degree they are. So, in saying that, I always prioritize doing some type of exercise, structured exercise, 6 days a week. So, I'm lucky enough that the gym I am a member of in Australia has a lot of chains. It's Anytime Fitness. So, whilst I'm traveling around Japan, especially, there's literally a gym in every city. In America, I always try and find a gym. In Korea, I always try and find a gym. These are probably the three countries I spend most of my time in currently. Luckily, they do have, or seem to have, a pretty big fitness scene. Touch wood. That stays. But yeah, so for me, a big priority is resistance training, finding a gym 6 days a week. Within that, luckily, with having the current lifestyle of traveling around a lot, using public transport, I'm on my feet a lot and I do walk a lot. So outside of the structured exercise, I also do have and try to maintain quite a high step count. Again, I've done a previous kind of little short on that, but it always contributes to maybe having a leaner physique just because you're probably burning more calories by moving more. Within that, something else I have mentioned in a previous video is I do quite enjoy, but also have the routine of counting my calories. So I always try and kind of count what I eat as accurately as I can. Obviously, it's a bit harder when you're eating out, socializing, things like that. Luckily, I'm more of a homebody and I don't have many friends, so I don't eat out that much. I'm very happy to be the type of person that goes to a convenience store to buy food or a supermarket to buy food and eat it in my room. So it's kind of easier to plot out what I'm having because it's all written there already. Saves me a lot of mental stress. Yeah, so I think one thing that you as an individual might want to consider is when you're looking at other people and kind of asking these things, maybe ask yourself is how important this is to you in your life, honestly, and where would you place this? Because if it's something that is quite of a high priority for you, then maybe you are able to put some extra time and effort into it. But if it's something for you that's just kind of an off-the-cuff thought that you have every now and then that isn't such a high priority, then you may not have to go to what some people might seem as such extremes. I think if it is something that you do really prioritize, these things don't seem extreme to you because you quite enjoy them and you enjoy the process of doing it. But each their own, as they say. So yeah, I hope with the whole scope of this, it's a question I get a lot, as we talked about before. Tracking calories I think is really important. Secondarily, trying to move as much as you can when you can that your day-to-day time permits. And then 3, what are your priorities? And if this is a high priority, then obviously you'll probably be the person that will make time for it. I also think in terms of maintaining, putting on muscle mass, etc., for someone who wants to look lean, resistance training is by far the best thing one person can do. So trying to find a routine that works for you, that you enjoy and would be consistent with, is something I'd highly recommend. Like anything, learning a language, making relationships, saving money, whatever it is, these are all things that are something that takes consistency and time. So, which is hard because I'm also not a very patient person, but as of this year, I've been training for like 22 years. So again, it's just something that you got to be really, really consistent with, and a bit of patience, sadly. Anyway, I hope this helps, and good luck with your journey.